live. Excellent. Well, live for 5 seconds. Damn it. Nothing I just said for the last 3 minutes was live. Oh, shit. Well, that's the story of my life. All right, 4 people were waiting, so hopefully the 4 of you are yeah, yay, we got 4 people here now. So, I was rambling to myself for the last 3 minutes. YouTube is not receiving enough data to stream. Well, that's okay. Okay, well, that's all right. If you guys were really good in the comments last week of telling me if anything went wrong. Hi, Casey. Welcome again. So, what I was saying that didn't record, and it keeps saying YouTube is not receiving enough data. So, if anything doesn't look right, let me know. So, what I was saying was that every week for Unfcked Weekly, we have a theme. Wednesday, I send out my newsletter with a theme about something that is fucked that we need to unfuck. And the inspiration from that came from a story that, not a story, but a conversation that my husband and I had that I told maybe 2 weeks ago. So the inspiration for each weekly topic is if a leader or a founder goes home and complains about something in their business and they say, this needs to get unfucked. That's the type of stuff we talk about. And this week's theme is centered around the anniversary, which is normally a positive word, but the anniversary of 2 years since I was laid off from a job that I really liked and thought I was going to be at for a while. And it was, very serendipitous, and everything happens for a reason, which brought me to where I am here. And today, it is not just me talking to you guys. I have someone joining me this week who I'm really excited about, who our journeys have mirrored each other very similarly since July 19th, 2 years ago. So I have with me Jason Davis. He is going to join us to talk about his story from being an airman in the Air Force and being a SEER specialist to now him and his wife owning a farm. So what I'm excited to do talk to Jason about today is that in the past, or even last week, we talked about a situation that was a complete dumpster fire and we needed to transition that spreadsheet into a real project management workflow. Jason, though, has his shit together, and we think very similarly. And he wants to take his brand new farm and create processes and standardize things so it doesn't get to the point of ever needing unfucking. So that's what we're gonna explore today. So if I can get all of my controls working, let's see if we can get Jason to join. All right, let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Awesome.
There we go.
Hey, Jason. Thank you for laughing at me behind the scenes while
Yeah.
we were having all those technical difficulties.
Yeah, no worries. It's always fun.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you. And Jason sat through an hour with me yesterday testing having 2 people on here. So hopefully if we do this again, it will be much smoother. But Jason and I chat. We try to chat every other week just about what's going on in, I lost him. About what's going on in life, in business, video pack. What? Jason, I lost you. Now he's back. Let's see. I lost. All right. Nope. No. Oh man. Well, if it's I'm sorry guys. We'll get there. Yeah, Jason, it says red flame implies CPU overloaded. It's probably my computer. Let's see. Click to view link. Re-put your link in here. No. Well, Casey, sorry. Sorry, whoever else is watching. Well, we've got me. I don't know why. All right, I'm going to refresh the source where Jason is coming from, and hopefully we don't lose anything. But oh no, now it says you've got green. You're good. Reconnect mic, add to scene, video off. Nope. Mute, transfer solo. All right. It's okay. Thank you, Casey. I know. I was so confident in this, and this is not Jason's fault, but yesterday morning he said, "Yeah, I'll join your live stream." I was like, "Shit, great. Now I got to reconfigure." Where is me? Where here is all right, I'm just gonna put just me back for now until we get this going. Did you text me? Yes. What's going on? You lost me. I'm in. I see you. Ay, ay, ay. Da, da, da. All right, Jason, we're gonna close out and come back in. All right. Well, I will tell. I feel like I'm gonna lose a lot of you today. I'm sorry. Yeah, but let's see if Jason comes back in. All right, I need to learn how to talk like a radio DJ, where when shit hits the fan and things go wrong, I can just keep going. Uh, just typing back to you, Casey. Difficulties with new things. Error. Does that mean I'm not connected to the stream? No, it says I've been live for 7 minutes. Okay. I don't know. There's Jason. Wonderful. Copy link. Go back. You talk. Can I hear you? No, you can't hear me? You can't hear me. Okay. Super. That's director me. That is me. Audio. No, you can't hear me? Let me try a different microphone. Microphone. All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? No? Jason, can you hear me? No? Error. Ay. Oh. Jason, you can't hear me? No? This is frustrating. Let's see. How about my earbuds? Jason, can you hear that? No? Okay. Let's try this. Jason, can you hear me? No. You can't hear me at all. No, yeah. Now it works. All right. But Jason can't hear me. Oh, Jason, nothing? It worked before we went live. Ah, hello. Lost you again. You can't hear me. Hello. It says audio's Jason, can you talk? Can you talk? This is fun. Now I can't hear you. All right, let me see about your settings. Wait, no, that's me. Oh, it says that you have no microphone selected. I don't know which microphone you want. Can you talk, Jason? No. Reconnect mic. No default microphone. Headphones. I don't know. What headphones are you using? Can you hear me? Which mic? Can you hear me? This is fun. Sorry, YouTube. This is not what I was hoping for. Okay. What does request mean? No, it says. Jason, can you go? No, it's showing a little line of. Oh, yes. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so that went.
All right, I can hear you now. Can you keep talking? No. I'm glad we tested this yesterday. No, you're not. It's not working. No. Well, maybe we'll have to record this and then post it. I can't hear anything. This is so annoying.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yes, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. No. Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's only been 18 minutes.
We'll see what.
All right. Casey, if you're still there, tell me if you could hear both of us now. All right. It still keeps saying YouTube is not receiving enough data, but hopefully that is not the case. But all right. we'll continue. You know what? I'll record this on my end starting from now. That way
Yeah.
I could always post just the recording. Yes, you could hear us both. Yay. All right, I'm going to start recording. I think I need
Awesome.
a better computer. All righty. Yay. Thank, thank you for your patience, everyone. Let's see. We'll put our fancy names back. There we go. Cool. Well, I'm not going to go through the whole intro again, but I've got Jason here with me today. So, first, I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of our history together because I think it's worth mentioning briefly. But Jason, you can chime in whenever you'd like to. But was it October 22? I guess it was. Jason was starting to transition from the Air
Yeah.
Force into, regular life with us common folk, and got an internship in project management. So Jason came on to my team, and I don't know how you felt, Jason, but I never felt like it was I was the manager and you were the worker. Like I just always felt like we had a partnership, and our
Yeah.
brains
No,
work.
I mean, it really was. I mean, you trusted me when coming from 20 years of already doing a job. So
Yeah.
that was nice.
Yeah, so together we worked with clients to implement ClickUp. We helped them map out processes and things like that, and our brains work in very creepily similar ways. And unfortunately, we were both included in the layoffs of July 2 years ago. And
Same day.
Jason ended same day, yeah, same day. Like, and then we drank lots of beers together on the phone that night and just chatted about life.
Yeah.
And Jason ended up getting another job, and I started Productivity Nerd. And Jason's got a bunch of side projects, which I think is really cool. But what we're here to talk about today is his most recent. Him and his wife just purchased a farm in Maryland, and they're trying to figure out how to run a farm and run a profitable farm. I feel like those are two I know nothing about farming, but it sounds like you guys don't know much either. And
We're learning.
yeah, it seems, I mean, from my perspective, I feel like if I were to, I don't know, start I don't know, building furniture and trying to sell it, I'd have to learn how to build good furniture first and also how to run a good business. And you guys are trying to balance both of those. So I know a lot of your backstory and the whole story of the farm and trying to buy it and it falling through. And Jason and I try to catch up every couple of weeks and just chat about life and work and kids and activities and things. So yeah, I'd
Invent.
love for you to tell the story of how the farm came to be and what's your guys' goal, what have you stumbled on, what are your ideas, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, with a shorter time now for the live, I won't get into the whole backstory of the purchase, but we uh we decided that we wanted our kids to know where their food comes from, and we wanted to add value to the community. So we wanted to purchase more land. We just happened to stumble on a farm that was for sale right around the corner from the house we were living in. So we can see our other house from the back porch of the farm. It's great. Um, but when it comes to like the farm, so we started out just seeing, okay, what do we need to do to get this farm up and running? What do we need to do to make a business out of it? And the business side, I know the process side is easy. Um, but the issue we're running into in the growing season, because in the winter you can work on things, you're not really growing anything, it's fine.
Mhm.
But in the growing season now, while we're trying to expand, building the infrastructure or rebuilding the infrastructure from an existing farm. I mean, this farm
Mhm.
it was not used for about 4 years. So there's a 4 year break from anybody truly maintaining the outside infrastructure to where we're at now. So the operations have become what's in my line of sight and what do I need to get done today. Um,
Okay.
we've worked a lot lately on forcing functions.
Okay.
So
Explain that a
we
little bit.
bought so some of the stuff we know that needs to be done, that we know is going to be time heavy, we've decided, well, let's get the thing that is going to force us to do that actual work. So we bought 8 goats without having a pen fully built. So I had 2 weeks to get a full goat pen, shelter, everything built. So we got that forcing
Cool.
function to get the goat pen done instead of let's focus on weeding this or doing this or trimming these. Like the big things we need
Yes.
to start actually the profitable part of the business. Let's work on
Yes.
those. We ordered 20, what do we have? 30, or we ordered 30 birds. We
Okay.
have 30, we have 35 birds. So what do we need to do for these birds? So redoing the coop. My farmhand little brother is out there redoing the coop roof right now. So when
And
they're
didn't
ready
the
to go
coop get
outdoors, they can
smashed
go
in
out
a
there.
Didn't the coop get smashed in a thunderstorm recently too?
Yeah, the roof of it got beat up in a storm. So we're fully redoing the roof there.
Yeah.
Buying the chicken runs. Gonna have to build a chicken tractor. So using
Yep.
those forcing functions to get the bigger things done, to
Yes.
create the operational part to become profitable versus
Yes.
all of the line of sight tasking. So I have a full whiteboard next to me of all
Yeah.
of the line of sight things that need to be done.
Yeah. No, and
So
I wanted you to explain force of function because I feel like even though I've known you for so long now, sometimes you throw terms out and I don't know the term you mean, but I understand the context behind it. And I love that because I feel like in my in everyday personal life and work life, I will procrastinate on things if there's no hard deadline. So if you buy goats, there's no choice. You need a pen. Not I'll buy a pen
yes.
when I need to. Or I feel like in some of if we make a business example out of that, when I had told ClickUp, yes, I will present at your webinar, like there was no I had to get my template created. I had to get the landing page up where those things were on my to-do list of I wanted to do those things, but there was my feet weren't to the fire. But when you have that hard deadline, it forces you to act. So I really like that as a strategy. Just dive in the deep end without a plan, and that will force you to do the things that you may have put off. I really like that.
I mean, I had plans for all this, but you know me, I have a research problem.
Yeah.
That I
Jason
will
will research
research,
something
read,
for
and
4
research and
weeks.
read.
Yeah. Just
So it's the same thing. I was researching the fence to use for goat grazing
yes.
for months on
Mhm.
what fence do I want to get, which is the best one on there. And then finally, it was like, we're going to purchase it on this day because we
Yeah.
need them to actually start clearing on the farm now.
Yes.
Because there's areas that need to be cleared that I
Mhm.
don't want to, and I have this animal that will do it, and it is their role
Yep.
in on the farm.
Yes.
So yeah, we have the fence now, and they're clearing. They're climbing trees to clear the trees. It's great.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to ask all up. Oh, did I lose you again? There you are. I'm going to
Oh
ask
no,
everybody
we
who
froze.
is. Yeah, I think you're back. All right, I want to ask everybody who is watching. Uh, what thing do you think you could force? What did you call it? Force function? Oh, you froze. All right. I want to say what would you force function on yourself? What have you been procrastinating on that if you gave yourself a hard deadline, you would get done and feel really good about? So let me know that in the chat. And Jason, you froze again. Huh. And you're gone. I can hear you in I can hear you, but the screen
Can you
doesn't
hear
show
me?
you. There you are. There we go. You're back. There you go. Jason's back from Nostra Farm.
What's going on?
No, I can hear you. Can you not hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
I can hear you.
Now I
So
can. We're good. We're good.
okay.
Yep.
I think I need Tom was supposed to build me a computer with a much better processor and all that sort of stuff. Now, see, at least I stopped trying to stream in 4K. That really
Yeah.
just my computer really see, now you're not blurry. All right, so we were talking about, I said forced function. Was that the term you used?
Yeah, I'm forcing functions for, yeah.
Forcing function. Okay, so before you glitch, I don't know if you heard, I asked everybody who's watching to put in the chat what could they forcing functioning make themselves do by setting a hard deadline and just jumping in the deep end. So I think that'd be a cool thought exercise.
Yeah.
Another thing that I thought of is like very practical for work and for the farm. You're trying to figure out, like you said, what to do on a day to day. You're trying to figure out what to do, the important, not urgent stuff, and then you're also trying to balance the urgent important, like the storm knocked over the roof on the coop and it needs a roof so the chickens don't fly away. How are you balancing get all of those things, or are you not? It's okay to
me and Abby normally have a chat at night on
okay.
kind of prioritizing what needs to be done the next day. We have all sorts of fun things
Stand up.
like yeah, stand up at night. Yeah. The groundhogs were attacking our squash rows. Okay.
Oh,
So then how are we going to deal with the groundhogs? Okay, we have the groundhogs taken care of.
Is Wit not doing his job? Wit's the dog, by the way. Is Wit
Yeah,
not doing his
Wit,
job?
he kangaroo boxed a groundhog.
Did he really?
Yeah. Yeah. But no, we have other means to take care of the groundhogs now.
Okay.
And then, okay, so the groundhogs are taken care of. They're not eating in the squash rows. The deer came in and ate the tops off the tomato plants. So how are we going to deal with the deer now?
Okay.
And this is at 4 o'clock in the morning. So how are we? And it's all these things, like we have all these external, and I mean, it relates to like every business. We have these truly environmental factors.
Yes.
But for businesses, you can still think of environmental factors influencing what is going to be our product and our profitable lines for the actual farm. And
Absolutely.
we have the environment is attacking those.
Yes.
And
in a literal sense.
Yeah. And with trying to do everything beyond organic,
yes.
We have to be creative about how we deal with these environmental factors.
Okay. I meant to send you yesterday some pictures of our tomatoes and cucumbers, because this is the best like season we've had. Like our tomatoes are almost over the fence and they're great. They're so dense though. We've never had tomato plants so dense before. And our cucumbers are massive, but we have no actual cucumbers. There's a million flowers. They're huge, but we have no actual cucumbers, but that's okay.
So cucumbers depend on pollinators. Tomatoes are self-pollinating.
There's a lot of bees floating around and landing on the flowers. I don't know. Anywho.
Yeah, we've had to go through to doing like pollination, like pulling the male flowers off and going around to the fruited flower, the female flowers.
I can't tell the difference between a boy and a girl flower. Anyway, though, we're not talking about my tiny little garden. Oh, and I lost your video again. Can you hear me? Oh, and you're back. Alrighty. Yep, so let's see. Time check. We are at the bottom of the hour. Alrighty. So I know yesterday your text message was kind of like an SOS when you said, let's talk on the live stream because we really need to get our act together. So in the spirit of that I talked about in the intro that felt like it was 7 hours ago, trying to create a foundation that, because like you said, the business aspect of it, you've got that, but creating the foundation of the farming and the business so you don't get to the point of everything being a dumpster fire. Where do you want to start there? And I feel like I lost you somewhat. Can you hear me? No, I feel like you're texting me. No, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? No? Did you lose me? Something weird is happening. Now you're gone. Ay, 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 ay. This is just not my day. I don't know. We might need to call this quits for the day. I keep losing him. He's gone. Oh, you're gone. This gone from everything. I'm wondering if we should record this and then I can live stream the recording. Hello. Let's see. I see Harper joined us. Harper, I'm sorry. We're having so many technical difficulties today. Jason can hear me now. All right. I'm going to have to get a new link back here. All right. Let's see. Jason, you're there. All right. Then maybe. All right. Worst case here. Let me try something new. Because we were finally getting into it. No, what's going on? Now I'm hearing myself. All right, we lost Jason again. Sorry, Harper. I see that you're here. We have had so many technical difficulties today. All right. Unfortunately I feel like we need to call this quits and record it and then post the recording. Nope, now you're back. This is really annoying. Do you have to keep closing the window and coming back in, or is it just buffering? No? Because I'm losing you like. Okay. I don't remember how to do that. Well, I feel like we may need to. Oh, I can't change the settings, I don't think, while it's running. Output, where's my encoder? I don't want a custom encoder. I feel No, I feel like we need to just record this and then I could stream the recording maybe, but, we keep breaking up the conversation, which is not a great thing. Yeah, because let's see. Oh, it's Lacey. Hi, Lacey. Oh my goodness. Um, Jason, you know Lacey. Um, yeah, Lacey, Jason's here somewhere. We c we can't we can't get him on screen. Um, I tried to put the group picture of both of us, on the main screen, but here, let's see, stop. I'm gonna stop that. I don't know, and I can't. I can't refresh OBS because the whole thing's gonna crash. All right. How can I? All right. No, it's okay. It's aha. There is. Can I hide? Can I hide this video? All right. Disable video. All right. There we've got just the two of us in a not fancy way. Oh, bye, Lacey. I know. I'm sorry. We're here. I don't know. Maybe we should just bullshit and talk and just do our normal weekly chit chat, and everybody can just be a fly on the wall. Or maybe I just need to, because now your video is super crisp and it wasn't
So is
before.
yours now. Yeah.
Maybe I'm just trying to do too many things. Because yeah, now that warning
Yeah.
is gone. Oh man.
Maybe it was
All right.
the graphics overlay just pushed it over.
It could have. All right. I mean, we could just talk. Oh, thanks,
Let's chat.
Casey. You're still with us. Welcome back. Thanks. Now we're doing it. See, this is the problem I have. Jason was part of the crew who coined the term Jackify, which means I need to go above and beyond and make everything pretty and fancy. And
Mhm.
and yeah, see, now I'm switching back to the pretty fancy one, and it doesn't work. So
Yeah.
this is the problem with everything being jackified is I want it because this goes back to my recovering perfectionism is I want everything to be just right, and I want it to be pretty, and I want it to have all the colors and the branding, and, "Oh, she says much better." Alright, then let's just chit chat
Yeah.
this.
Let's just do this. Yeah.
Alright, cool. What are you gonna talk about?
Yeah.
Go back to the farm? First, some more context. Jason has a, uh how's Elliot? 5 now? 5 and almost
Yeah.
two-year-old?
He's
They help with the
5.
farm?
Yes, they do. And yeah, Emery will be 2 next month. Elliot
That's
helps
right.
more than Emery does. Um,
Well,
but
the bigger ones always do.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
at least
yeah,
in our house, TJ,
yes.
I wanted to send you pictures the other day. Tom built a sandbox with the kids and raising. So Jason and I are also raising very tiny anal project managers. And TJ's out there with the wheelbarrow, loading, bringing sand back and forth. Evan's out there and he played for a couple minutes and then he came inside to watch TV. I'm like, dude, like your father's out there busting his ass to make you a sandbox. He's like, but it's hot. I'm like, yeah, I know. But and TJ's out there literally sweat pouring down his face with the wheelbarrow, my 7-year-old.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes they help, sometimes they get in the way. It is what
Yep.
it is. You find a way.
And things take
It's
4
divide.
hours longer
Yeah.
when they help.
Yeah. We divide and conquer. That's kind of
Yes.
how we do it now.
Yes. So we were talking about trying to balance the literal environmental emergencies with the stuff that you need to do and the business stuff. And I feel like there's got to be an aspect of you don't know what you don't know, which I feel like I definitely find myself in
Yeah,
a lot of times.
that's a that's a huge part of it. Like when I mean we talked through all of this. I don't know, was it 6 months ago now? 7 months ago, we kind of talked through like I
Hmm.
had everything laid out. This is how everything was going to work. We got everything planted initially. I had my whole crop plan for like our kind of winter, early spring crops. Everything was
Hmm.
growing. Groundhogs cleared everything. They took it all. So okay, so let's go ahead and let's do this, and this to try to prevent that from them from getting in the high tunnel. We
Yeah.
worked for a little bit, got more stuff planted, had another crop plan drawn up. I had all my windows that this is when it needs to be harvested. And then they got in again, took it all out again. So then it was like, okay, let's stop
Oh,
planning everything. Let's make it
really?
the high tunnel. Let's make the high tunnel a fortress.
Oh,
And
geez.
now we have, I don't know, 30 tomato plants in there. We
Mhm.
have squash growing, arugula, asparagus, watermelon.
Yeah.
I mean, all sorts of stuff is okay. Now we've got this
Yeah.
stuff growing. Let's see what's going to
Okay.
hit it next because we have to
Yeah.
figure out what's going to happen then. And then
Ugh,
where we technically have terrible soil here. So we are using
okay.
regenerative farming.
Yeah. Is
So
it
it's
like
always
clay-like or sandy-like, or what's it like?
it it is stone like.
Stone-like.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we are getting into Minecrafty terms.
So it's trying to rebuild the health of the soil.
Yeah.
So what's going to grow, what isn't going to grow. And it's weird. We have like our top row of squash is struggling.
Yeah.
8 feet away, it's thriving. So what's the difference between those two?
Huh.
Yeah, so it's like trying to figure out all of those the processes with regenerative farming to make the soil healthy so that we
Okay.
can grow, and what does our rotation need to be from
Yeah.
season to season.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Okay.
learning and a lot of reading that goes into it.
Ah, okay. I feel like we ended up going off stream again. I don't know. But I have so I have a new friend, Jack, in the chat. Jason, I met him in New York a few weeks ago, and he was giving a presentation on workflows. And I went, aha, that's the man I need to talk
Awesome.
to. So he's in New York. We have chatted a few times. He is in the chat, and he says, "How do I chat with you?" I said, "Right here in the chat." He goes, "No, on camera next time." so, so Jack, this is my friend Jason, who I've known for like 2.5 years now, and
Yeah,
he started a farm. So we're talking the business of creating a business of running a farm, plus learning how to actually operate a farm. And but it's so weird. I don't. This stream's got to be way laggy because what I'm seeing on the stream, I don't see your face, and you've been back for quite a while now.
yeah,
So Jack, we can definitely chat about uh we could chat about you being on. This it's I never set out to have a podcast or anything like that. So, but if anybody's got stories of things that need to get unfucked, that's what this is for. Um, cool. Jason, I know you can't see the chat. Jack says, nice to meet you. Jason's down in Maryland, so we're all East Coasters. And eventually his face will be on screen. Again, I'm looking at the stream.
at some point.
Wait, but you're live on YouTube, but on my control room on you. Oh, who the hell cares? All right. So the farm and then the soil and all of that. Um, so here's my question. What is your biggest challenge like right now? Because you said you and Abby have a chat every night on what needs to get done the next day. So I don't mean challenge like what has to get planted tomorrow, but like big picture things that you guys are trying to solve that will have the biggest impact on the farm.
It's solidifying our daily tasks without getting sidetracked.
Sidetracked with just life, family, work, or sidetracked with the environmental emergencies on the farm.
Yeah, being sidetracked with those line of sight tasks. Like we have
Yeah.
40 feet of blackberry bushes
Yes.
that we haven't picked them for 2 days, and we've probably lost, I don't know, 6 gallons of blackberries because it just not gets knocked down the list.
Gallons over 2 days.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Just because the line of sight tasks have taken over.
Yes.
So
Okay.
it's coming up with that recurring task. This needs to be done every morning. This needs to be done during the day at some point. This needs to be done at night. Like opening and
Okay.
closing is easy.
Okay.
It's those recurring tasks every day.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Okay. All right. Well, I have found, I don't know about you, but I have found, and you and I in our semi-week or bi-weekly chats, I feel like the like I'll use ChatGPT for example. I feel like if somebody looked in my ChatGPT account, they would be scared. Uh, but I feel like it's become my professional therapist and journal. Like as I'm typing things out, like I'll kind of have answers to myself. So I can be your farm therapist if you wanna bounce ideas off and talk through things out loud. 'Cause I know you help me with that a lot of times too, where we just brainstorm and spitball and talk about things, and then you have these moments of clarity, and so I could be your farm
Yeah, it's
therapist.
the outside eyes always help.
Yes. Like yesterday when I was
But
trying to fix something, and you were like, "Hey, dumbass, why don't you try that?" And I was like, "Oh, you're right. I didn't think of that."
I didn't say that though. I don't
I
swear.
I
It's
know, I know. So I know you don't. That's what I thought in my head. I know you're too nice to say that, but, um, so, all right, so let's talk this through. So
yeah,
6 gallons of berries went bad because you weren't able to pick them because there were more urgent things that had to happen at the time.
yep,
Okay.
yes,
And at least where my brain's going, I'm thinking, you don't have so the farm, for those of you who don't know, Jason and Abby are hoping to sell produce boxes eventually. I put in I don't know if it was in the newsletter, but uh, Jason's going from SaaS to gas. So software as a service to goat grazing as a service. So
yeah,
he's going to rent out his goats to go mow your lawn, which I think is awesome. So I'm thinking if you had the produce boxes available now, that would probably make a huge dent in anybody who wanted to, come pick up boxes or had prepaid you for things like
yeah.
that.
That'd be a huge impact because that's enough. I mean, you would do a pint to a quart, and what you do a pint, that's probably covers. We'd have that's 36-ish boxes that wouldn't have berries in it.
Yeah. That's a lot of unhappy people and money
Yeah,
not in your pockets.
yeah.
Do you think and this is just be real, my brain actually thinking here, like you're not sure how to prioritize or you don't have the time or I know it's just you and Abby and the kids. Like, is it a resource issue, do you think? Or is it a time issue or a prioritization thing?
Um, I think it's been more of a let's hit the big things
Mhm.
before the and I can get to the little things later
Yeah.
because like if I do a big project, like what was I working on? I can't even remember. Yeah, I can't remember what I did yesterday. But doing a big
Story
project,
of my life.
I need to get this done. I can't pause and then go pick berries for go pick berries for an hour and come
True.
back because
Yeah.
if it starts to rain, what I was working on is ruined at that point. Like
Mm.
the problem's not solved. Um,
Yes.
so I'm trying to tackle the big things and then running out of time for the little things. Or
Okay.
not the little things, but the
The
true like
the lo
time, like
lower
yeah, I
priority
don't even know how to
things?
phrase it.
It's
Yeah, I
like
mean,
that
especially
that story of
we're not
putting the
doing
giant
boxes right
rocks.
now.
Yeah. Like that story of putting the big rocks in the bowl first, so you
Yeah,
have time for the big rocks and then the pebbles and then the sand, like that kind of analogy.
yeah, yeah. I mean, but again, I think it's we're not doing the produce boxes. The berries are for us. Um,
Yes.
so again, don't like going back all the way back to the beginning of there's no forcing function making me pick the berries.
True. There's no people waiting on berries to buy from you.
Yep. Yeah.
I feel like that could be the theme or the big takeaway of this is give yourself a
Yeah.
forcing function hard deadline to get
I need all the
stuff
forcing
done.
functions
Yes.
and more time.
Yes. Uh, yeah. But so how are the kids liking the chickens and the goats and
Oh, they're loving
all
them.
yeah.
They're loving them.
Maybe make a
Yeah.
game out of it. Give them each a bucket and how many berries can you pick
So
in 10
if
minutes? Like,
so, the problem with the kids picking the berries is they just eat them.
I almost thought you were gonna say, like, squish them or
Oh
they just
no,
eat them all.
they eat them or they go feed them to the goats. Like
Yeah, it's like, "There's the profit.
that's what.
Bye."
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's no harm because we're not selling anything,
Yeah.
but yeah, they just pick them and eat them.
I could
Give them to the
tell
goats.
him,
Yeah.
make like a crazy math problem for Elliot. Be like, every 10 or 20 you pick, you could eat 2, but then you have to go pick 30, and then you can eat 3, and then you have to go pick
Yeah.
40. Make some like crazy, I don't know, calculus math problem for the 5-year-old to go
Yeah.
solve, and because Jason's kid's like Mensa math level.
Oh, children.
Yes.
Uh,
And then, Emery's probably just climbing all over the goat structures with the goats probably.
yeah, I mean, he wants to wrestle them.
The goats, the baby goats, or the big ones?
Yeah, everything. He wants to wrestle everything.
So then that's another issue to
But like,
tackle.
there's even like bigger, like other small things that just fell through the cracks. Like, we should probably create a website at some point.
I mean,
So
it
I did
could
that
be
the other night.
preemptive, but I know you did, yes. And what's your Instagram? Tell everybody your Instagram so you can.
Nostra Farmus.
Is it? Oh, I thought it was Nostra Farmus. Did I get that wrong?
No, yeah, Nostra Farmus. So we're
Nostra
Nostra
Farmus.
Farm. It's Latin. Nostra's
Yeah.
Latin for our, so our farm. And
Yes.
then on Instagram, we're Nostra Farmus. We're gonna start putting
Yes.
stuff out
I love that.
soon. So
Yes. Let's see. I was trying to find it too. Well, people can find it. See, I had wanted to have, again, jackifying things. I wanted to have like your Instagram handle pop up on the screen, and that didn't work. I'll put it
all
in
good.
the link, the description
Yeah.
of the. See, now it says the video encoding is overloaded, but now that went away again. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on. Well, we got 5 minutes left. I don't want to force too much if we don't have to because of all the technical
Yeah.
difficulties today. But yeah. So taking a different perspective on, I love Jack's comment. Jack's comment says, I love this ops talk across different industries. And I feel like anything that is like a trade type work, whether it's farming, carpentry, plumbing, stuff like that is a different perspective from, office consulting services, even product production type work. So, but the overarching goal, I feel like, is the same. You want things done repeatably, predictably, consistently, and in a way that doesn't make you want to pull your hair out.
Yeah, I think what it was when we were first talking about productivity nerd, running your business and not having your business run you.
Yes.
And the farm's doing a little bit of the running right now. So
Yes.
got to get
And
got to get that turned around.
yeah, I feel like that phrase is so cliche, but it hits the point of
Yeah.
you, the business owner, being in control versus everything controlling you. So, but again, when you're dealing with literal environmental factors of storms and groundhogs and bug infestations that you have no control over, I feel like it takes that term firefighting to a whole new level. Not just angry
Yeah.
clients screaming at you, or a migration that went sideways, but literal forces of nature just raining on your parade. Like all these
Yeah.
puns.
So like all, all the processes I had built, like I'll get to it. I'll rebuild them. But
Yes. Yeah. So if I think back to, we got a few more minutes. If I feel like I think back to, yeah, that 6-month conversation or so a while ago, I think you had broken it down into kind of 3 categories, like the day-to-day of operate, because again, you're operating a farm and you're operating a business, which are 2 parallel, somebody said at NOSTRAFRAMUS Instagram.
yep.
Yes. Yes, Casey.
Yes.
Yes, I will chat back. Yes. Um, that's it. I feel like you had several categories. It was like the day-to-day operations, the like maintenance type things. Like if you zoom out a little bit, maybe whether it's biweekly, monthly, things like that. And then, like you said too, the farm was non-operational for 4 years. So it's not like you're coming into a well-oiled machine. You're coming into something that existed, then was neglected, and now you got to resurrect it. on top of
Yep.
you don't know what you don't know about farming. You know how to
Yes.
run a business. You've done,
Yes.
you've run very, very large operations for the military before. You know how to run operations. But, the farm is all new
Yeah,
territory.
the whole physical infrastructure is
Yeah.
new.
Yes.
That's new.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, we got 2 minutes. I feel like we can wrap up. Any last things you wanna tell everybody about the farm? Or any takeaways or insights?
The farm is a lot of work. It is frustrating a lot of the time, but I don't remember where I heard it, but if you find something you love, make that your job, and that is farming for me. It's amazing. It's
Mhm.
therapeutic. It helps in so many ways. We're just trying to contribute to the community in a valuable way and
Yep.
have our kids know where their food comes from, all aspects of food.
Mhm.
And just trying to make everything better.
Yeah. I don't think we mentioned, but Jason also works a regular full-time job, and
And has
and
a
his
side
wife.
hustle. Yeah.
Yes, and his wife Abby has a full-time job, so it's
Yeah.
not like they're farming 24/7. Like, they've got day jobs, and they're farming, and they are parents, and they are landlords.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have a lot on your plate. So,
Yeah. I think we meet our family
be
motto.
generous with your.
Our family motto is if you have free time, you're not doing enough. So I think we're
I
there.
know you told me that. So yes, yes, but, for what it's worth, you guys have a lot on your plate. You're doing great, and I know you and I are both very hard on ourselves. We have very high expectations for ourselves, for the people around us, and I know I tend to beat myself up, if I don't think I'm doing a good enough job. But sometimes it is helpful to take a step back and just even the little things, the little wins. Be like, I got this done. We fixed the chicken coop, or we saved the squash, or the groundhogs are gone. And I know it sounds corny, but celebrating the little wins is good.
Yes. Buckets of tomatoes. That's a win.
Buckets. Well, I don't have any yet, so send them up to Jersey.
Okay.
All righty. Well, this was week 5 of Unfucked Weekly, and the whole live stream needed to get unfucked, to be honest. I felt like we spent more than half of this trying to work through technical difficulties, but we got here. Again, celebrate the little wins. So thank you for watching. Maybe Jason and I can record this and or I can edit this down so it is watchable. But thanks, Jason, for joining. If there's anything
Yeah.
else you want to chat about on a future week, we can schedule that in.
Yeah. We'll chat once the business gets rolling.
All right, cool. I will hit end stream, and we could always wrap up on the side. But thank you, everybody, for watching.